Well, hello and good evening. Welcome back. Appreciate you guys all joining in again. I decided to actually start filming in my truck when I got to the gym, just because it is raining like cats and dogs right now and pretty dangerous on the roads. I tried not to hydroplane too much at my truck. No, it was pretty safe driving. I just didn't want my light on while I was driving, just with the combination of the light on and then the water. It's a little bit more dangerous. So wanted to take a few minutes and film just before we get in the gym. Looks like we have another car out here, so not training alone tonight, but that is okay. The gym's not just paid for by one person. So going to be doing some legs tonight. I usually train legs twice a week. One emphasis that is built on hamstrings, calves, and glutes. And today, more quad emphasis. I'll still do hamstrings and calves, but I won't do any glutes. A lot of the exercises that I do, I go really deep. And so I'm already hitting my glutes quite a bit. But on the day that I will hit more of my hamstrings and glutes, I'll do like a barbell hip thrust. And so, yeah, I still like to do those. They do have a hip machine here, but I have a harder time getting into it. It's like the platform that elevates your back. It's like you have to sit so far into it. When you like pull up the weight, then you have to like reposition your back. And I don't know if it's, I mean, I'm only 5'6", so I don't know if it was made for people that were taller, but it feels way too big for me. So, but yeah, on those days I will use the barbell and do a hip thrust. And so, but yeah, today we'll be warming up with some leg extensions, doing some squats, doing some hack squats. They have a pendulum squat machine here, which is phenomenal. That you can, I've only seen them in the videos and online and social media before. I've never, ever seen one in person. So you can just go so deep. And I mean, I can generally go pretty deep. I don't have a lot of flexibility in my ankles, so I will always have to put a plate or something underneath to be able to get deeper. But with the angle, I'm able to go so deep and just sit at that bottom for a second or two to really get that stretch. So some of the exercises that I do, I love to sit in the bottom of the movement, especially like a pendulum squat. I was doing that for squats for a while, but honestly, I think I'm going to kind of go back to doing just normal reps. I like to put a 45-pound plate under my feet, just so I can get really deep. But normally when I would go at the bottom of the rep, I would sit there for a second and let it stretch. And then when I would do the movement, when I would do the negative, I would really slow down the negative part of the movement and then slow there, because you can still get a lot of muscle fibers in that negative stretch, in the stretch and then that negative. I swear you can get more growth out of that than just the positive part of the movement. Because that's there's so much more of the movement just beyond, just doing a rep really fast, So that's kind of what I was doing with a lot of my curls the other night too, going up and then going down slow, especially in that preacher machine. So I know there's a lot of other YouTubers that do stuff, and they will basically do their videos in their vehicles before they train. I kind of wanted to do that just because it's either doing it at home or in the gym. And I'd much rather do that in here because there's no one else in here. I don't have to worry about the music or anything and having to like lower music levels later on through the video editing. So, there's no copyright infringements or violations on YouTube. So much easier to do it in here. And so, yeah, I am wearing my spandex pants. So, yes, you guys can make fun of me all you want. That's fine. Jay Cutler wore his spandex, and so did Ronnie Coleman, except they were bigger men than me by a lot. Not just physically, but psychologically, too, because they were wearing bright colors. Ronnie would wear yellow and red. I think Jay wore gray and black, maybe a dark blue, and I never saw him wear yellow or red. Ronnie could do it, though. He looked good in it. So, yeah, I'm going to be going really hard in legs today. Going to be trying to do a lot more weight than I was before, especially in squats. I mean, I probably won't be going too far above 225 on the squats as I try to go back up, just because I was always pre-exhausting my legs. So by the time I would get to squats at the end and then sitting at the bottom of that stretch, I was barely getting to 185, and it felt like I was using 315. So in some certain exercises, my legs have always grown really fast, and so I've not had to use a lot of weight. I see some of these guys are using 4 or 5 plates on their squats, and their legs look, just as good, or maybe a little better than mine. It's just genetics. Maybe it's because I'm shorter. I'm able to fill out my legs really fast, and I have a wider frame. But with that too, you you know, wide shoulders and a wide back and wide legs, usually you'll have a wider waist. So it's still hard to tell exactly how. I can suck in my stomach quite a bit from the side. But still, I carry a lot of my fat, like a lot of guys do. Their love handles and then that lower back. I carry that, so that's probably where I can also carry a lot of in my face too. So I lost a lot of it in my face because I dropped. I used to be like 265, and right now I'm 196. Like to get down to 185 and then 175 and see what that looks like. I honestly have no idea what I would look like if I was close to single digit body fat. So I always wanted to be taller because I always thought the taller you are, the bigger bigger your frame is going to be. It's just that my older brother is 6'2" and I'm 5'6". So do not ask me what happened. I was basically done growing before I ever got under a squat rack. It's that old wives' tale there. So it just depends sometimes on genetics in regards to how much you're going to weigh. I mean, a bone structure. I mean, I swear sometimes if someone is like, for every inch of height, I swear it's like 10 pounds of bone frame. I mean, obviously sometimes you'll have people that are a little bit more slender boned or ectomorph, if you believe in those labels. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to weigh when I get down there. I might be a feather. I might look big, but I might be a featherweight. So if I mean, with as big as my back is, if I get a really strong breeze, I might take off like a kite. And so, all right, we are about to head in there, and I'm going to start warming up with some leg extensions and then move on to the squats and go from there. And still kind of playing things by ear. I mean, I don't want to show you guys all my feel sets because when I do leg extensions, I mean, I might do at least 10 sets in leg extensions alone. And that might get boring for you guys after a while. So we'll do mainly just the working sets today. So I don't want the videos to be too long. And so, but yeah, let me know what you guys like. If you guys like the videos, the intros inside of my vehicle. I mean, I might try to, when it's not raining, I'll probably film a little bit more when I'm driving, but I'd much rather, like tonight, have gotten here first and then do a little bit of filming because it's just a little safer. And I was trying to turn off my camera the other night. I was going around a corner, and it was a little crazy because my truck's pretty wide and my arms aren't that long. So I was having a hard time juggling to get to the camera. So, all right, well, we'll be in the gym in just a second, and we'll see you guys there. All right, we're going to start off warming up our calves. Already did one field set with just a 45, and we're moving up 45 and a 25. Just to still keep things light here. Get blood in there. Get things warmed up. Especially tonight. Everything's cold outside. All right, second set. Third set here. All right, 345s. Just getting started. Moving up the ladder. So right now I'm supersetting leg extensions with the seated calves. You probably figured that out already. Figure I would just say it anyways. All right. I'm gonna start to lower the reps a little bit just so we don't wear everything out on the high reps. So we can go heavier. Okay, 4 plates. Yeah, I really like to do the seated calf raises because it really gets that outside of the calf. Makes your calves look wider from the front and the back. Really like this exercise. Whew, that is starting to feel heavy now. We'll go to 5 plates in just a second. Starting to run out of room on this machine here. What a nightmare. Come on, Mama. Oh, let's just do some push-ups here. Whew. That'll definitely give you a burn. We'll think we're still going to go up in weight a little bit, and then we'll do more partials. We're using the whole stack now. Adjust this. want my head cut off in this. Otherwise, you won't believe it was me that did it. Try to figure out a way to add some more weight on this bad boy. Okay. Let's take this baby to failure. Come on. Whew. I think that'll be the last set of those. Put a 25 on there. Okay. Our last set of these. Got a 45 on here now. We'll see what this feels like. Check it nice and slow and steady. Don't want to be blowing anything apart. Come on. Come on. Whew. That's good. All right, so I have already done 4 sets on squats, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to pre-exhaust it that much, but those leg extensions really took a lot out of me. So I'm doing a lot of warming up with this. This is my 4th set. I'm only using 115 right now, but I'll still go up. A lot of this feels really heavy. So I've had knee problems in the past when I used to go really heavy and do a lot of reps, but now I really try to emphasize slowing down the movement and even sitting in the bottom so that I can come back up. That stretch in the bottom I was telling you guys about before earlier is really good for muscle growth, and slowing down that negative is great. So my legs are a lot bigger than they used to be because I used to handle 405 way back in the day when I was using my belt and knee wraps. I wasn't quite hitting parallel, but still it was a lot of weight. With the reps I was doing, eventually I would start to feel it in the above the knee and below the knee when I would go all the way down, and then I'd try to squat back up. Even with no weight, just, when I was at school or at home or wherever, right when I come back up, I'd feel those tweaks below the knee and above the knee. And so I'm a lot more careful. I pre-exhaust, and especially when I go into movements like this, I will sit at the bottom and really stretch, because it's not always about the weight. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you get big and strong, or like strong and powerful, you will grow. But there are a lot of safer ways to do it. There's a lot of these bodybuilders that started out back in the day, like Jay Cutler. He was one of them. Started out really, really powerful when they were young, but then they realized for longevity in the sport of what they were doing, they realized, I can't use that much weight. Because if I keep progressively overloading and get stronger and stronger and stronger, eventually the ligaments, the tendons, something's going to blow out. So then they would do more reps. They'd focus a lot more on their form and pre-exhaust things to where you could still get a tremendous amount of growth even from doing that. So let's do one more set here, and we'll put 135 on and just keep going. If we can maybe get to 225, we'll see what that feels like. But if not, it is not the end of the day. So I also use the 45-pound plate too to put my feet on so I can go deep, because I don't have flexibility in my knees. And I'll just sit here for a second, go back up, slow down that negative, sit there, go back up. And sometimes I'll go halfway up and then just go back down. hear my knees popping off. Because I think I remember Jay Cutler talking about a bodybuilder back in the name named Paul DeMeo, I think. He's known for his crazy legs. And everything that Jay had read up on him, he didn't ever hear about Paul ever going above 315 on his squats. He had huge legs. Huge legs. So if you train a certain way and if you have good genetics, like my thighs are pretty darn big, even without using a lot of weight on big power movements like this. But I will use a lot of weight on some of the smaller movements like leg extensions and leg curls, pre-exhaust. And then when I get to this, every bit that I'm pushing, the stabilizing, everything, it's like pre-exhausting your chest by doing dumbbell flies. And then you go and do a pressing movement while your shoulders, your triceps and everything are still fresh. Your chest is fried. So it's like everything you're doing, even though you're not working your triceps and your shoulders as hard, is putting so much more emphasis on your chest because it's pre-exhausted. Same thing here, pre-exhausted the front of the thighs. Now I'm doing this, and it's just killing it that much more, emphasizing on the legs. All right, 135. And I like to do the high bar squats on these. Okay. All right. Another guy that really focuses on the negative part of the movement in the stretch is, I think his name is Derek Janicki, I believe, another YouTuber. Check out his channel. But a lot of his movements, most of his physique was built on that negative part of the movement. And yeah, and then that deep stretch. On the leg press, he'll have 6-8 plates on there and sit at the bottom there in a stretch position. It's like pulling them apart, but you'll get great growth even out of that. All right, we'll go up one more time. Okay, so that last set was cut off. The auto follower, and it didn't really follow my face at all. It got lost again. But yeah, I did 155 for 10 reps. Last one, I got 185 on right now. It actually felt pretty good, even though it's not a lot of weight. Once it gets beyond a certain point, depending on how much my thighs are pre-exhausted, I can then tell if I'm gonna be able to go heavier. So we'll see how this one feels. And then we will go up again. Probably do about 8 reps. Okay, I'll go up one more time. Not too much though. I'm starting to feel it. Last set. Try to get this one to 6 to 8. We'll see how that feels like. I'll probably slow down the reps quite a bit in this too. I'm only using 205, but it's already feeling heavy now. Based on how that last set felt. Not about the weight. We'll stop there, or we might not get back up. Whew. All right, some calf raises. So I'll get that the calf on the inner piece. Or the inner calf, sorry, not the outer. One thing with these machines, you have to be really careful. Here's your back. You'll want to go like this and back and forth because there's a lot of weight that presses down. Very different from the seated calf machine because just all the weight is on your knees. So got to be very careful with this because as you balance there, it's really easy to tweak your back. So honestly, if you're going really heavy and you feel uncomfortable with this machine, it'd probably be good to wear a belt of some sort. All right, we're going to do some hack squats, and I'm actually going to do these differently. I don't see too many people do these. The style that I like doing a lower stance, and when I go down, I actually will pull away from the machine so I can get deeper. So like when I come down, it's like I kind of angle out so I can go deeper in the movement. I'll show you. Not using any weight right now, but I'm going to take it easy just to keep warming things up because my thighs are really pumped. I don't want to stretch them apart. So this is the normal part right here, nice and deep, but then I go further to where your knees are almost touching the platform. And this is much better than the machine I've used because you can go, it's even deeper and you don't have to worry about racking at the bottom. So you go to the bottom and then you go out and go back up. But two, if you really have sensitive knees, these don't bother my knees, not like the squats do. But if they do, be mindful. I mean, not everyone is going to be able to do them. But if you can get nice and deep in them, or if you have to put your feet a little further out there so it emphasizes a little less on the quads and more of the hams and your butt, then so be it. It's a great movement. You'll get amazing growth. I just like doing this because it emphasizes more in that lower teardrop in the movement. So all the way out and then up. And sometimes I don't go all the way back up. That deep stretch. You don't need to use a lot of weight on this at all. It's like a sissy squat. It's definitely a great movement. You should give it a try if you can. Yeah, you see my thighs getting all pumped up here. Oh yeah. It's doing something. Okay, next set. I'll start going down to 10 reps. It's starting to feel heavy now. Okay, I only put 10 pounds in each side because you really can't use a lot. And honestly, you want to be mindful to not go up too fast on these. I'd much rather have you do more sets, a little lighter and more reps. All right. All the way down and then forward. Legs are on fire. I did 25 on each side. Took the 10 off. Whew. Got a 25 and a 10 on each side. We'll see how this feels. One more. Whew. I felt that one. That'll be the last of those. That's feeling heavy now. I can normally use more, but I did my squats before I did these. Last set here, using the whole stack. Pendulum squat. I love this thing. Yeah, I've only got 50 pounds on, but it doesn't take much on this one either to fire up the legs. Okay. Just got nice and deep. I mean, look at that. Look at how deep you can go. My feet do start to point a little bit, but that's not a problem with me. I do sometimes like to put my hands behind my knees because it feels like a cushion, kind of like a knee wrap. Just, I mean, it's probably making the exercise a little bit easier, but it just feels more secure and safer, and I like that. Stance nice and close together. It's about a third of the way up the platform. I love being able to sit at the bottom like this. You can camp out here all day. Okay, we got 90 on there, so 245s. Sometimes it's good to camp out there and stretch, because even this in the stretch position is giving you growth. I don't care what people say. There's enough scientific studies out there to prove it. You got a 45 and a 25 on each side. Okay. Man, I'm feeling these. Man, I feel these more than squats. Man, I'll put 245s on each side. This one is I'm gonna feel it in the morning. What did Ronnie Coleman say in his videos? He's like, it's time to bleed. He's using a little more weight than I am though, so I can't say that. This isn't bleeding, this is a splinter. All right, here we go. Come on. One more. That was heavy. Already done a few warm-up sets here, feel sets. I don't want to pull anything in my hamstrings. In this exercise, I always feel like you're a little vulnerable. So I've almost tweaked my hamstrings before doing this exercise. Never, I mean, close, but I've never like torn or hurt anything. I definitely felt stuff. All right. Do descending set here. Why not? That's about enough of those. Okay. So, another hamstring exercise here. I love this way. This keeps you locked in and tight. Very different from the other one. So I already did several other feel sets on this. Just gradually keep going up. I don't want to jump too fast at these. We'll see how this one feels. Might be my last set for this. You're getting heavy. Okay, maybe one more set. Here we go. Jeez. Whew. All right, guys. This is going to wrap it up for the video today. I just wanted to say how much, again, I appreciate you guys following along. There we go. That's all crazy. Yeah, great workout today. So yeah, this is the main side of the other part of the gym. Obviously, you've been seeing me do my stuff over here today. They have most of their leg equipment over here. And they got some cardio stuff over there too. Supplements, a bunch of fun different things they have. And so yeah, this is really old school. This reminds me of like the YMCA stuff that they used to have back in Idaho, the one I used to train at in Idaho Falls. Their YMCA was probably there for at least 80 years. And this is back in 2006 when I went there. So darn near well over 100 years now. But yeah, a lot of great different things here. A lot of great equipment. Yeah, you can see, like in the corner way over there, they have all the different deadlifting racks, kind of like the one that Ronnie Coleman used. What is that, the Metroflex gym in Arlington, Texas, I believe that's where it is. But yeah, a lot of great different equipment. I still have yet to use this one here. You have the belt, the assist here. So yeah, you put the belt on and you can do your squats like that as if you're holding like a dumbbell between your legs and squatting down. So yeah, pretty darn cool. And so yeah, good times. This is a great gym and I love everything about it. And I really appreciate you guys following along with me. And yeah, I think we're going to close out the video there. So you guys take care and have a wonderful night or a wonderful day whenever you are watching this video. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.